Hi, this is Jess. This is Medusa Tarot. I am a new channel, and if you are watching, thank you so much for being open-minded. I know a lot of people hesitate to watch new channels. I'm not a new tarot reader. I've been reading tarot for many years. That's my first deck. I bought it in 1994. So definitely have a lot of knowledge. Let's just get into it. Here comes my cat, of course, and I'll explain what I'm doing along the way. These are planetary energy-based readings. We don't need another zodiac reader on YouTube. I'm not going to do that to you. I don't want to do it. Let's do something different, and it will really help you understand your astrology. Okay, so we're going to start with picking which planet wants to send us a message. One card, please, Spirit. Which planet would like to speak to us today? The sun. Okay, the sun just entered Taurus. We're going to grab two zodiac cards, okay? But they don't have to be your zodiac. These can be time frames. They can be energies you're dealing with, and even can be energies that you should be working with, okay? Energies that, say, for instance, Taurus. Maybe during this Taurus season, you need to be getting more grounded and focused on the direction you want to go in your life and start taking steps in that direction, right? Okay, so let's grab two zodiac cards. We have Virgo. That's my sun, Mercury, and Mars personally. Oops, dropping it. And Gemini. Okay, so with Gemini and Virgo here, this can be communication based because they're both ruled by Mercury. All right, but this can peak for you between Gemini season and Virgo season, which is not that far away. Okay, we're talking about one more run through the sun of Taurus here, and then we're in Gemini season, and then Virgo season is the end of August to the end of September. Spirit, what is the main message you would like us to focus on with the sun energy in mind? And the sun energy is our optimism, our life force, our will to push, our courage, okay? Let's see. 3 cards, please. Okay, and I did say our will. We'll get to that in a second. Okay, really nice cards to start with. So we have the Ace of Cups here. So we're starting with something that can be. I don't want to say it is because we can never really say with definity that this is always a gift from spirit, okay? But we are going to be moved into an energy that supports us to move towards something or someone that we are very emotional and are high vibration of emotions about, okay? That'll be different for everyone. This could be a job that you've been dreaming of and you're very emotionally attached to it. It could be a place that you've always wanted to go and you're taking a trip, or a place you've wanted to live. And it can be a person, okay? But it's something that you have such a heart connection to. Doesn't have to be a person, though. I want to make that clear. Let me just move these up. And then we have this beautiful Queen of Swords, which is a great Mercury energy with Gemini and Virgo here, even though Virgo is an earth sign, very connected to air with that Mercury. What about this Queen of Swords? Because she's a very important queen, and many people say, oh, she's cut off from emotion and, you know, she's pretty harsh. I don't read her that way. I see her as a queen that works with her logic, okay? She can put her emotions aside and look at things with like an analytical mind and make very logical decisions, okay? But that really requires a strong sense of character. My cat is scratching the couch and completely freaking out right now. Sorry. So with her, we want to keep a few things in mind. She is very independent, okay? So whatever this is that this Ace of Cups is for, whatever you're moving towards, that spirit is going to support your energy as you move towards it. We want to look at it more logically and really kind of keep track of when maybe it's the emotional attachment to it is causing confusion for us, okay? We also want to remember that we want to stay clear. We want to stay in our integrity always and stay in the truth, okay? So at any time it feels uncomfortable or something doesn't feel right, notice that. That would be the Queen of Swords energy. The other thing is that with this queen, her crown is a crown of butterflies, all right? You have to realize the impact that you can have on people, because the crown of butterflies symbolizes that she has the power to transform people with her thoughts and with her words and her communications and the way that she presents information. Okay, that's a powerful gift. The other thing with her too is that she works from the heart chakra and the throat chakra. So she does have the ability to communicate and nurture with her words. Okay. Here's the will I was talking about with the sun. And even though this is a card of Cancer, I mean, very, very much sun energy as well, because it does require a lot of courage. So this Queen of Swords is going to help you really set the pace and get things moving. This is such an alignment of energy. It really is an alignment of the solar plexus chakra, maybe a little bit of the sacral chakra too, but it's that gut intuition and the third eye intuition that puts us on a clear instinctual path. We know what decisions to make, when to make them, and we start building momentum with that clarity. So getting into this logical Queen of Swords energy is going to help you move this chariot. You're going to start to feel your confidence, okay? And then we start moving towards our Ace of Cups. All of this moving us into the sun energy, okay? So, Spirit, give us a little more information about this situation. 3 more cards. And I always work in 3 cards. Tesla frequency 369 brings more energy into the reading. So I always pull 3 cards at a time. 3 cards, please. Okay. All right. Okay. So we have here, this is known as Virgo energy. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So this tells us, as we're moving forward in this chariot, I mean, this is a major arcana. This is something that is a huge movement towards our goals and our wishes that requires, again, that alignment, okay? And our will and complete focus. But also what it requires is that we have a plan, that we know where we're going, that we know what we're going to do when we get there. We know why we're doing it, okay? Because we're planning something that's going to create stability for us, security for us, potentially provide resources for us, and it's for the long term, okay? So once things start moving with your will, make sure that you're planning strategically so that it's secure, so that it's stable, okay? Actually, this card came out next. Here we have the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is Saturn in Pisces. So what does this mean? This means that as you're moving forward, okay, to create whatever this sun would like to, the energy it would like to provide for you to see you to move forward, to move towards. We need to look at our relationships around us, especially with this Ace of Cups here, right? It looks like we're really starting something new here. And we need to look at where our lack of setting boundaries and structuring things has failed us in the past, has leading us to a place of walking away. Because Saturn wants us to learn the lessons. And if we learn the lessons and we structure things properly, we don't need to leave them. right? So there's something here that Spirit wants you to know about, especially since you have such an emotional attachment to this, that while you're building it, don't make mistakes of the past. Make sure that you are moving forward and allowing yourself to set boundaries and allowing yourself to set boundaries with yourself too, by the way, not just with other people. But structure this relationship or goal in a way that it's solid, okay? And you don't have to relive mistakes from the past, and you don't ever really need to walk away from it because you built it strong from the beginning, okay? And we save ourselves a lot of emotional despair when we start things off with a structure. It's hard to build a structure once you're 2 years into it, 3 years into it. Everybody knows their role at that point. And just because you want to change something doesn't mean everybody else is going to want to go along with it. Okay? It's easier if we do it from the start. And here we have the Hierophant. This is Taurus energy, okay, or energy right now. And this here, going through this process is going to allow you a lot of spiritual growth. Very interesting that we have major arcana here and now another major arcana on top of that as well. So, providing you with a lot of will and courage and intuition to move forward on your path. And now you're being provided with a lot of spiritual stability. This is, so I don't know, we don't know each other yet. So with this card, the Hierophant can be the highest vibration of what we can reach on the earthly plane. If you go out up above the earthly plane or outside of it into higher frequencies, there would be energies that can go above the Hierophant. But as a human, this can be a very high vibration. So, but with it being Taurus, you still want to stay grounded in your earth energy. So make sure that while you're doing this, that you do just that. Stay in a sense of openness and awe and thanks to whatever energies are helping you, and stay grounded while you do that. And with this card here, it always can remind us that if we need help, there may be somebody that we can ask that knows a little bit more than we do or has more experience than we do. Okay? All right. So in this spirit, what are some challenges we might face along the way that we can receive information on now so that we're prepared? 3 cards, please. Very funny, because the challenges are Gemini, Gemini, and Virgo. Gemini and Virgo. Okay? So, with those 2 cards there, it's kind of confirmation that our own mind is going to be the challenge that can set us back. Okay? We're not going to allow that because now we know. Now we're prepared and we know how to interact when those moments come. The first thing here that we have is the 9 of Swords. Again, this is Saturn in Gemini, another Saturn card, right? Yeah. Yep. I'm just, oh, no. Sorry. Mars in Gemini. It didn't seem right because the 8 of Swords is Jupiter in Gemini. So what does that mean? Mars in Gemini. So when we're in these moments where our mind wants to ruminate, overanalyze, overthink, think of the worst, keeps us up at night. We don't get enough sleep. Perhaps we're not eating. We're not able to take care of ourselves the way that we need to. So not only are we mentally depleted, we become physically depleted. Okay? This card being a Mars card is saying you need to take action. As soon as you feel the slightest inkling of this energy coming on, it's time to step into action and start doing things that help divert your focus onto removing this, not encouraging this. Okay? So when you're starting to feel like stressed out or the change is big and there's a lot to take on, remember, nip it in the bud. Don't let it turn into a snowball of overwhelming thoughts. Get right into it, take action immediately, and get on top of those thoughts and start doing actions that help you feel more in your Chariot energy or more in your Knight of Pentacles energy. Start planning, start moving forward. Don't stagnate, okay? And here we have the Sun in Gemini, 10 of Swords, and here we have the Sun in Gemini, okay? Whatever struggles you have are not going to last, okay? It's a lot in your mind here. And we have the Queen of Swords saying we need to use our mind for other things. We need to use our mind to help us, not to hinder us, okay? So whatever happens is going to be short-lived. If you have any roadblocks, if you're overwhelmed, if you're conflicted, whatever happens with that lack of clarity, it will not last long, okay? It will not last long. The sun will come up very soon after. And then we have the Hermit, Virgo energy. I think, especially as you're going through this, the challenge is going to be for you to understand that this is all here for you to become the wisdom keeper of yourself, right? Virgo. Using your analyzation to, because let me just say this, Virgo and Gemini, very connected by Mercury, as I've already said, show their overwhelmed energy in different ways. You'll know and be able to physically see when a Gemini is overwhelmed. If you have a strong Gemini placement, more than one or strong, okay? It is physically noticeable. And everyone knows what's going on, like something's happening with them. Virgo isolates, and it's all going on up here. If a Gemini is upset, they might be over talking too much, controlling the conversation. Virgo, they're not going to say anything and you are not going to know what's going on. They're just going to isolate and remove themselves. So it's very different energies and both are going to be a challenge. Okay. But this is an opportunity to really learn about yourself, what you're made of, what happens to you when you have courage, and allow yourself. This is a lot about taking the action with that Chariot and with the Knight of Pentacles, okay? But grounded action. So don't miss out on the opportunity to see what you're made of and really become the wisdom keeper of yourself, okay? Don't hold yourself back. Okay. So with this row of challenges, Spirit, what is the advice? 3 cards. Okay, hold on. I just dropped a card. All right. Okay. Love. The advice here. So we have the 7 of Pentacles. All right. And this is Saturn in Taurus. All right. So what does that mean? Again, there's a lot here because we have the 8 of Cups and that's Saturn in Pisces. There's a lot here about structuring things properly. Okay. And this card talks a lot about the things we put our time and effort into. Okay. Are you putting a lot of energy out, but not directing it at things that have the potential to help you grow on your path, right? You're growing something here. And what we're growing is you or whatever goals you have. Okay. So again, in order to have the most, what's the word I'm looking for? I keep wanting to say production, but that's progress. Thank you. We need to mind where we're putting our energy. And, whether in relationships or a job or some type of hobby we have, right? It doesn't matter. If you water a dead plant, it's still dead. Okay? Put your energy into things that have potential to grow, that have the potential to help you grow. And if it doesn't have that potential, then don't water it anymore. Move on to something else. Start a new garden. Okay? And here we have the Three of Cups. This is Mercury in Cancer. So have some loving conversations, have some fun, be around your friends. Don't take everything seriously. Okay? Talk about your Ace of Cups with them. Celebrate the situation because you have a major, major change going on here, and it's a growth into your sun energy to meet your optimism. Okay? So talk about it. Be proud of yourself. Share that with friends and get some emotional support. It's okay to be proud of yourself. Okay? Even if you haven't reached the end of it yet and met your goal completely, you can still be proud of taking baby steps. They're steps forward, and you should be proud of them. And here we have the Nine of Cups, and this is Jupiter in Pisces. So, what's this telling us? When you move towards things that emotionally fulfill you, you expand your opportunities. Jupiter energy. Okay? Whatever this Ace of Cups is here for you, if you keep moving towards it and putting your energy into it, Jupiter will reward you. Okay? Clear as day. Jupiter will reward you. So do not lose focus on that Ace of Cups. Keep working towards it. It will bring a lot of high vibrational energy your way without a doubt. Okay, Spirit, if we follow your advice and listen to what you're telling us in these previous cards, what is the potential outcome for us? 3 cards, please. Two more. One more. Well, well, well. Oh my goodness. Well, we're starting here with the King and Queen of Wands. Okay? You are stepping into your fire. I mean, the King and Queen of the sun energy. Can you even imagine? Masculine energy on point, feminine energy on point, or potentially you could be meeting a perfect match, obviously, since we have the King and Queen here. But this is boss, boss, boss energy. Stella's getting her groove back, like on fire. My cat is going right in front of the camera. He really wants to be part of all of this. Ram, okay, you got to go down. Okay, sorry. He's very nosy. So, amazing. This is just big boss energy, like I said, confidence, like through the roof, feeling your vibe, but still able to balance between when you need to be in charge and when you can be nurturing and caring and taking care of yourself and just everything is like revolving around you perfectly. I love it. And again, well, guess who showed up? You can complete this. You can 100% complete this. We're starting with the sun and ending with the sun. I mean, come on. All right. King of Wands, Queen of Wands. Stop it. Okay. So let's just stay focused on what is in that cup for you in the Ace of Cups. Get in that the Queen of Swords is going to help you ignite everything. You just got to stay in that very like logical mind in the beginning, and then you can start moving towards, all of that. The cups down here, we have the 3 of Cups, the 9 of Cups, the 8 of Cups is here. The Ace of Cups, the Cups energy is around you, but you're going to also end up in some major fire energy. Awesome. All right. Again, I'm new here. I'm going to try to figure out all this tech stuff and how to get these readings to you guys. If you can help me by liking, sharing, commenting, hyping, I think, yeah, hyping. I'm trying to remember all of these terms. I would really appreciate that so I can get the readings out to more people. You know, being new here is seems very daunting, but we'll get through it together. Anyway, thank you so much. I will be posting another reading in a day or two. Thanks. Bye-bye.